Welcome back to Jamie's Vinyl Hideaway. Yes, welcome back because we had a long hiatus where we moved from the great state of Tennessee to the even greater state of New York.
Woohoo!
Yes, that's right, New York, where the word fuck is not a curse.
Woohoo!
So here we are, tucked away in the Catskill Mountains in our newly renovated basement, and I decided I wanted to do a show on one of, like, token records. Like, I have a lot of records, right? And I collect certain groups, and I have a lot of records by bands that I really like, but there's a lot of bands that I don't really like that much, but I like them enough where I want one of their records at least, or they're just so significant in the realms of music and record collecting that I should have at least one.
You felt guilty.
I felt guilty. No, not really. Well, I'll explain as I go along. I think it varies. But my one of records, some of it may shock you, some of it may horrify you. It may even make you a little pissed off. So let's see if we could just start that right from the beginning. My token number one album, I've got 13 by the way. My token number one album, Queen 2.
Okay, well that falls under the category of shocking.
Right?
How is Queen a token?
Because this is my only Queen album.
Oh, come on.
I have no desire to have any other Queen album. All right, maybe Sheer Heart Attack, if you want to get me a Sheer Heart Attack. But this is my only Queen album, and I bought this album when it first came out in 1974. Not this particular one, I had to replace it. The other one I gave away to my friend John in Phoenix, Arizona. But 1978, when I was tired of it. But years later, I decided I kind of missed, I should have that Queen album again, right? So, Queen 2, not a bad album. 1974 was dark days of rock and roll, things were changing. Gillan and Glover left Deep Purple. Led Zeppelin was, Led Zeppelin of, 74. And, the Alice Cooper was about to break up. And anyway, I thought Queen was going to be the savior. For me they weren't, but maybe for some they were. Queen 2, my only Queen album.
Well, that's shocking enough.
Right?
I think we could stop right here.
No, all right. So back on Long Island, when I was young, Southern rock was really big. And when I moved out to Phoenix to go to school, Southern rock was equally as big in 1977, 78. Marshall Tucker, their debut album. This is my only Marshall Tucker album.
What?
I'm not like a big Southern rock fan. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen all the bands, I listened to, all the great, but it's just not what I'm going to sit around and listen to at home.
Well, you should.
I know, maybe I'll get another Marshall Tucker album, okay? But this is a nice little album on Capricorn Records.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
It must be good.
Anyway, Marshall Tucker, great band.
Are there any hits on there?
Yeah, all this is the debut album. What do you want to know?
Well, I have a Marshall Tucker album in my
Take the
collection.
Highway,
Yeah.
Can't You See?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and Rambler, God Rambling.
That's a great
It's
record.
great. It's great. Me and my friend Dale, when I was going to school in Phoenix, Arizona, hitchhiked from Phoenix to Tucson to see Marshall Tucker. Now there was another band at that concert that Marshall Tucker was opening up for, but we'll get to them later. But we went to see Marshall Tucker, and it was great. It was a really great show. So while we're down south, let's scoot over from the Carolinas to Nashville, Tennessee. Look at this album.
That's
Now,
a great cover.
why did I choose this to be my only Chet Atkins album? It's really quite a mellow album. I took a nap to it the other day.
I'm going to take a wild stab and say it had to do with her pointy bra.
It has to do, yeah. Well, and the waist. Look at that. You can't even, anyway. It's a nice little cover, nice album. Maybe when I go to LA, I'll go to Hollywood and Vine.
Well, we did that, but you could.
Well, I don't remember looking for Hollywood and Vine. I remember
Well,
Sunset and Vine, but and Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, or is that the song? Anyway, Chet Atkins, the Nashville Sound. Great guitar player, great producer, just a great musician all around. While we're in Nashville, let's might as well go to my other token country album, George Jones, Love Bug,
you should never have just
on
one.
Monocore Records. Musicore, sorry, Musicore. I was reading up on this is like 1966. This album came out, and it has 6 Days on the Road.
Look at his hair. It's
Was
like,
I know, right? I was during his cute crew cut phase.
did they have to use product? Like, I mean, the hair is like a lawn. How did you get it to stay up like that? Would your hair stay up like that if we?
No,
Let's
it wouldn't.
try
But
after the
maybe
show.
after decades of having a crew cut, it would do that.
Let's experiment.
Remember him later on? He had that, he grew his hair out. But anyway, we used to go to the George Jones Christmas light display in Franklin, Tennessee every Christmas season when someone came to visit. We would check out the Christmas lights that George and his wife put up in Franklin. But anyway, not a bad album. Musical. He put 12 albums out this year in '66. Or maybe 6. I was reading about that. It's like, they called it, he was one of the known for, or at least, Musicore, for just inundating the market with way too many records. You want to wait for an artist sometime, right?
I don't know.
You don't want them to put out a record every 2 months with the same songs that, But anyway, that's what they did in the 60s. But the 70s, we all put an end to that. How about this?
Look at that head. Look at
Isaac
that.
Hayes.
Look at that dome. That's a
Right?
Yeah, he had the best
Black
dome in
Moses
show
right there,
business.
man.
Look at that.
Hot
Yeah.
Buttered Soul on Enterprise Records. That was like a subsidy of Stax, I believe. Enterprise. And he did it all, this guy, Isaac Hayes. This is like his gig here. When did this come out? 1969. Oh, with a little gold record sticker. Remember when they used to
69,
stick it on the record?
That is very progressive looking. Like, I would have guessed that to be the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
His look,
Well, he was huge in the 70s, so this is one of his earlier albums. So, to me, I didn't listen to this music in the 70s, or, so I'm kind of catching up with soul music, And what better way to do it with Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul. All right, while we got the horn sections out, I've been going through this little horn band phase.
Porn?
Horn!
Oh, horn.
Horn.
I
We'll
know-
save
I
the
know.
porn for the soundtrack
I know you're in a
episode.
porn phase.
I'm not in a porn phase. I'm trying to say. That's not nice.
No, it is nice.
Moving right along.
Those Viking shows that you watch are all
Oh,
soft
yeah.
porn.
Game of Thrones is all clean cut.
I'll admit that,
get down to it.
there was softly porn.
You
Game of Thrones.
You don't need dragons to enjoy a good battle scene and then a good, love scene.
We need dragons to prevail. You'll see.
Cold Blood. Here's another record from 1969. Cold Blood. Lydia Pence. Lydia Pence.
And we
They got
have this
like
why?
8 people in this band.
Why do we have this?
Because this is a good album. Oh, we're in New York. We can say it. This is a good fucking album.
Is it, what genre is it?
This is like R&B, blues,
She looks
horn,
like Karen
band,
Carpenter.
If Blood, Sweat and Tears hopped on a plane and went from New York to San Francisco, it would come out like this. They lose a little bit on the way out.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It looks
It's,
like a Christmas album on
it's
the front.
oh, come on. That's like that. No.
Look at his pants.
Oh yeah. Look at these guys.
Oh, and they're wearing puffy shirts.
And it's like, I don't know why the theme there. Yeah,
It looks like Ren Fair. Excuse
yeah, it does.
me.
It does. They said let's get the Ren Fair costumes
Well,
out.
it's giving me twitches.
But look at these guys. They're like identical twins. Yeah, that is awesome, huh? What
Now-
other band do you know has? I mean, I'm just guessing they look identical, and I know they're brothers. So.
I'm compelled to listen to that now.
It's a pretty good record. I was thinking about getting rid of it, selling it. We got one in the store, by the way, Cold Blood, which I didn't care for so much, at Great Eye Farms.
They don't know what that is.
Where is that?
Your
Well,
audience does
explain to
not
them.
know what that is.
It's a store in Mountaindale, Tennessee.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna-
oh no, I'm not in Tennessee.
I'm not going to
Where am
plug
I?
myself.
All right, moving right along. Horn bands, go figure. They had an
More
all,
porn?
yeah, almost. They had an all-female horn band in the early '70s called ISIS, and you say you heard of them?
Yes, I heard of them at the time.
1973, I think,
Yeah,
on Buddha Records.
I was out in the clubs
Right.
doing the hustle.
It was no, this is 1973. This
Yeah,
is,
I was out in
you
the
could
clubs.
dance to this stuff.
That's what I'm trying to say. I heard of them because I was out in the clubs
Now,
doing the hustle.
well, then again, I don't know how many records they put out, but check this out. Somebody at Buddha Records said, "Hey, we're trying to put together your album cover, right? So why don't all you girls take your clothes off and paint yourself silver, and we'll take a bunch of pictures."
Who would say no to that?
Right? I hope they, it could be like, I hope they used the Jack Haley makeup. And
Was
not
there a
the Buddy
contract?
Epson, not the Buddy Epson makeup.
Did they dangle a contract at them?
Well, yeah, I guess this is their debut album.
Silver
so,
body
it was kind of
paint?
a little bit, yeah.
Sign right here.
Yeah.
And they had many hits after this.
I don't think so.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's the thing, tough break, but
Music.
let's move on to hits. People, something that you all know and love. The Association. This is my only maybe you should have the camera lower.
I can't.
This is the only
can't, it won't
Association
move.
album that I have. Now I wouldn't mind having, some more now that I realize they're better than I thought.
Well, I have in my
Wait.
collection.
The live.
Yeah, the
But I
live.
want the first album, the one with
Cherish
the
word.
Along Comes Mary. But this one's got Windy.
And
And
mine
Never
has-
My Love. But the song that I really like is Requiem for the Masses.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And check this out. This is on Warner Brothers, but one of these gold Warner Brothers labels.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how old this is. Back in, you don't see too many Warner Brothers albums with the gold. I shouldn't say that, but you'll never find an Alice Cooper album with a gold Warner Brothers label. Let's just say that. You might find a Grateful Dead album though. That was their stereo color, and mono I think was gray. But anyway, Warner Brothers, fucking the Association. Good vocal group. Yeah, that's the ISIS. But let's like get a little louder here. Yeah, maybe we could shock
Let's
people.
get loud.
Let's get louder.
Get loud. That's
Now this
J-Lo.
is a recent acquisition for me.
Oh, I love this cover.
I didn't buy it when it came out. I never had any of their records. I didn't really care for the singers so
this is
much.
mysterious.
But if you're gonna get, an AC/DC album, you're gonna get,
That's
you're
the
gonna
best.
have one token AC/DC album. You're gonna want Bon Scott to be on it, right? And this is like, believe it or not, this album came out in 1976, but they didn't release this particular one until '81 in the United States.
Oh, so it's Dirty Deeds. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Dirty Deeds done dirt cheap. And it's got, remember this song from the radio, Big Balls?
Uh-huh.
I mean, come on. I had to get that. What do we have else here? It's just a decent album. And Bon Scott is not always up there in that register of, let me see if I can, match Noddy Holder here.
Let's see the back.
Oh, and the back is the same as the front without the people with the little black things over there.
I like that. Look at that car. What is that? A Citroen? A Citroen?
What? Oh, yeah, that is
Saab,
kind of weird. And there's palm trees. They're like we're
Whatever
in the
happened to
States here.
those?
That don't look like the... Anyway, you know what this reminds me of? Sweets Desolation Boulevard. Remember the Sweets Desolation Boulevard? They're in some sort of California downtown.
I might recall.
All right, let's scoot back from Australia back to the United States. And here's a band I saw at the Long Island Arena
In Comac.
in Comac, Long Island, New
With
York.
the ice.
Like in 1975, it was right around the time they were putting out Don't Fear the Reaper.
See, that's...
But this album came out a year or two before that. Maybe
Oi, the oysters. Oi.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Oi, with the
Their
oysters.
first 3 albums were all
Alright.
black and white album covers, by the way. Did you know
It's
that?
a good cover. It's a very artsy fartsy cover.
Yeah, they were, you know.
Artsy.
Yeah,
Like it
I
kind of
mean-
makes me a little nauseous.
Oh, really?
Well, look at it. Like you
Yeah.
could fall.
Oh, yeah, don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do
A little
that.
nauseous. Not
And it's got the song Cities on Flame with rock and roll.
See, now I'm
Remember that one?
surprised. Why do you only have the one?
You know, I saw Don't Fear the Reaper live. After that, they didn't really. I don't know. And I never went to see the Soft White Underbelly either when they were playing.
You
on
seem
Long
like
Island.
a Blue Oyster Cult guy.
I know. It's just
How I know you.
two members, the Bouchard brothers from Blue Oyster Cult, joined up with Dennis Dunaway from Alice Cooper, and they're in a group called Blue Coop, by the way. But the rest of the Blue Oyster Boys have reunited, so I hear, for like a tour. If you're looking for that, you know, we'll go see them if this is what you want.
I'd go see them. For sure.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is cool. This is nice. Now this is a token, for sure. The Ohio Players.
I think I have that as well in my
Honey.
collection.
No, you don't.
I think I do.
Really?
Yeah.
This might be, whoa. Ah, that's like, oh, good. That's good act.
Oh, it's a great record.
Right, and the great album cover.
I know I was in the clubs dancing to that.
Okay, in what? Drenched in Honey?
No, the
I should hope
music.
not.
Get your mind out of the honey for a second. I know it's not possible.
Not a bad album, but I don't have a lot of funk albums.
I'd like to see Bon Jovi dripping honey on his naked self.
No, you
But no,
wouldn't.
we don't get that. We get that.
This isn't anybody. This is just a beautiful model.
I know, I'm just...
It's most, if you all recall, most of the, not most, but a lot of the Ohio Player albums had another model.
Hand me that. Hand me that.
A,
Hand me that.
why?
Just hand it to me.
Don't mess with it.
I'm not, I'm not gonna defile it. It's
Are
probably
you looking
already
for
been-
like songs or something?
Yes, because
What
I
do you-
have
There's
this.
no time for this. This
Sweet sticky thing.
sweet
Sticky
Is
thing.
that it? There you go. See, like I said, not my strong.
Well, you
Soup.
missed out.
All right, now this isn't the last record, but this is the. I mean, this is as token as. This is gonna shock you. No, you've already been shocked. This is gonna piss you off.
Is anything gonna horrify me?
I thought the last one would, but I guess
No, that's not horrifying. I have the record. I know.
tried
it.
to be more horrifying. Fleetwood Mac.
Well, that's
Then
no.
play on.
That is just disturbing, and it just means
Yeah.
that
Oh, you're a big Fleetwood Mac fan. You know this album?
I am, and I'm just disturbed that you would just have a token
Even know
Fleetwood
the
Mac
record. You
album.
don't even know the record. You know, but the song that what you probably know intimately is called "Oh Well."
Well, that's a deep track.
Remember that song?
That's a deep track.
It's a deep track, but it was like one of their big radio songs before. You
But
know.
I mean, you should have listened to that and said, "Ooh, I must hear the rest of their music
I've heard
and
the
their
rest of that
catalog."
music.
No, you don't like
I've
it
heard-
because you don't understand.
I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Anyway, Peter Green. This was Peter Green's group way back then.
Plus,
This
by
is
the way-
also in '69, I think.
That's a great album cover.
Right?
May I
That's
see
pretty-
the back? Is it like a continuation of that art? That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, like that's on Reprise Records. They never had a problem with a record contract, though. Oh yeah, they weren't selling, but Reprise was like, we'll give you another one. All
Well,
right.
some people could see potential.
Anyway, so, right? Fleetwood Mac.
That's not
Then
so.
Play On. I believe this is like their third album.
I'd like to hear it. I mean, I know we
Very,
can't.
it's
do it.
blues oriented.
I know
It's
we
like,
can't do it
it's
on the
kind of
phone.
like, Savoy Brown with,
Well, that's how they were before.
right? They were great, man. They were fantastic.
You don't think that.
It's,
You don't think that, so don't say it.
They were, I said. I didn't say they are.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't say the
So what's the final?
later 70s version was.
What's
what?
the final shocking
Oh,
record?
the final shocking is not only a token one of group, band, or artist. This is a one of genre.
Oh, it's got a hole in it.
Genre. This is it's a 12-inch single of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five featuring Melly Mel doing The Message.
So it's rap, and you hate
It's rap. Right, but this is
Is this
just
white man
good.
rap?
This is just what?
Is it white man rap? Like, you get it? Or you don't get it?
I don't get it. But let's just go out on it.
But I'd like to say,
Let's just go out on it.
before you drop the needle,
The Message.
what I'd like to say to our viewers is we'd be interested in knowing what your token records might be.
Oh yeah, and I've got more.
You
if
know,
wanna
don't get
do that.
carried away and send us a list of, 312. But, maybe give us your top five.
Your
Your top five tokens. That'd be really interesting for us to know.
top 5 tokens. Maybe I have those
And then maybe
tokens as well.
Jamie's Vinyl Hideaway could check the,
I would like to do
Vault.
some artist spotlights too. All right, so this is the instrumental part. So this is where people would attempt to rap in the comfort of their own basement or at their party. Imagine having to put up with that.
Let's do this at our next party.
Well, no, we're doing it right now.
I could rap to this.
We're doing it right now. All right, but right now we're gonna fade out, and me and my lovely assistant are gonna get into it. This is it. It's coming. This is where we start. Later, man. Move it.